Pedelecs and tourism. I now enter a topic which is interesting for you again in your role as municipal decision maker or regional, whatever, responsible. There's much happening in the tourism sector with this. As you can see from here, from this relaxed position, from the atmosphere in tourism, in the vacation is much more relaxed. Your wallet is much looser, your credit card is much looser, you don't care so much about spending. And the clever people have already acknowledged this in time. So there have been systems set up, for instance, in Germany, like the Movelo system, which is probably the most known one, where you can rent that at a hotel wherever you are, and meanwhile you can travel through all over Germany without charging. The concept is you just replace the battery.
And Austria and Switzerland.
And Austria and Switzerland. At the same time, I may add that I have learned just 1 week ago that the system is now entering in its declining phase already because technology is so much advancing and the pedelecs that they are using get outdated. But that's another topic. Next one, please. Next one, please. Hints on infrastructure. I want to say some words, some practical hints for those who think about, I have to do something in my municipality. There are some main messages I want to communicate. First one and most important one is the top one. You should have the courage to say, I don't do anything in the extreme case. Don't do something because you think you have to do it because it's written somewhere. This is what we have seen in several cities in Austria, also in Germany, lost investments. I will come into detail what these are. To the difference of buying a Pedelec, there you should not wait as a private user. They are getting updated nearly every month, but as the same with the computer, if you want to use it or think of a washing machine, you should use it and you should buy it. It's different for a municipal decision maker. Here, wait, observe. Much is happening here. On the charging station issue, the availability of public charging stations which have been designed especially for pedelecs is without any significance for the dissemination of pedelecs. These are lost investments. If we're talking only about the charging stations, they are also called poles of the mayor, Bürgermeistersäulen in German. There are so many abandoned charging stations around, and millions also in Austria have been invested, for instance, in Salzburg. There's no evidence at all that they contribute. Why is it? If you look at the Pedelec as such, you have there a battery which you usually can take out, not all the time. So you go to your working place, wherever you go, take it up into your office, charge it, and so on. So the logics behind is very easy. Next one, please. Next one, please. Oh, sorry, the previous, okay, I can tell on the previous one. Don't mix that up with rental stations. So charging stations is one issue, rental station is another issue. Rental stations within the mechanical cycle sector have been proven in certain cases very successful. So I don't want to mix that information. And it might be that Pedelec rental systems are indeed very successful, although evidence is not yet there because there are not so many systems around. Next one, please. To give you one example why it is worth to wait, what is technology doing? This is a new project that is now happening in southern Germany, which is called the charging lock cable or the Ladeschlosskabel. This is a cable which on the one hand charges your Pedelec and on the other hand locks it mechanically. With this system you have the security with most models that will come to the market, that if the Pedelec is tried to be stolen, it will realize it immediately, because if you cut this, there's an electric circuit that is charging, it communicates with the Pedelec. The Pedelec alarms the user, blocks mechanically some functions, etc. So this theft issue is a big deal smaller. And on the other hand, what you can see here, you see it also on the next slides, is a new interface called Energy Bus. I now don't have my mobile phone with me. This issue of the charging device, so many different chargers for every different product. You have a Nokia phone, you have a Samsung, nothing is matching together. The same as with the Pedelecs. For every new product you have to buy this thing. This will change quite soon, I would say, with this new technology which is called Energy Bus, which is a standard interface. Next, please. And that will come into play with the docking stations of the rental systems or at the parking facilities. So wait for this to happen. This is my main message. Batteries. Battery is a big issue with the Pedelec. It's about a quarter to one third of the price. So a price of 600, 700, even 800 euros is not rare. There are big problems, I would say, that are still unsolved with the battery issue. That means, first of all, as I said, the price. Second one is safety. But for me, as an outsider, it was interesting to learn that there are still many problems with safety in practice with batteries, and that they are burning. And just 3 days ago, I found on the internet, and I sent it to Hannes, an explosion in Austria, but you also see in the next slides. They are not safe, and even big brand names are no guarantee that the battery is safe. And many, many different forms and shapes of batteries. Nice one would be we have one standard thing that it will never happen. Same with the beer bottles. It would be so nice to recycle and reuse if you only have one shape. But for marketing reasons, this will never happen. This airplane has burned on the ground with lithium batteries. Fortunately, nothing has happened, but shortly afterwards, a plane came down over Saudi Arabia, and all the plane crew died because of lithium batteries. So this issue is not yet solved. One thing is the transport. There is a standard from the UN on transport, but there's a different issue with transport and usage. What I'm talking about is safety in usage. And for this, a new association has been founded, which is called BATSO, which is a different issue than transport. And there are BATSO certified batteries already in the market. I come back to that. Charging stations. I want to skip this here. Next one, please. Previous one, please. About charging stations, I might say, I'm speaking now about this here. What is a nice solution? What you could think about if you say you want to do something with charging stations or rental stations? We discussed that in Stuttgart, and I bring it here to you. If you install it, do it somewhere where people have lots of time. Because doing it at the supermarket, you spend there maybe half an hour for shopping, and a full charge needs about 3 to 4 hours. So do it somewhere where people have time. That would be at a train station. In the morning you go there, you can lock your battery and your charging device in some locker, leave it there, you go to work, and then you come back and in the evening it's full. If you do it, be sure, coming back to the words I said beforehand, that it's fireproof. Hannes always says, and I believe him, we will definitely have more fires in the future with the current products which are available on the market and still coming to the market. So there's some knowledge and know-how behind this, how you should do it. This is just my main message. It's not so easy. If you try out new systems, rather rent that. Don't buy it. So have the risk minimized. As I said, the development, technological development of the Pedelec project as such is very fast, very, very quick, and it gets outdated so fast, so minimize the risk and put it to somebody else. Use local partners that help you, that are interested. Don't do it alone, like hotels and so on. There are good examples for this. In any contracts you sign, ensure that there are minimum requirements to the batteries. Like they should be CE compliant, they should be compliant with the EU machinery directive. An interesting result was that currently there's no Pedelec on the market that is compliant with all the requirements. A last word about theft. It was often discussed during the whole project. Yes, but this is so expensive. We have to invest so much as a municipality to make it more attractive to users to put them somewhere. I can say there's no evidence at all that they get stolen more. Correct me if you know more than me. But for instance, there was one project in Vorarlberg in Austria with 500 Pedelecs. Throughout 1 year, nothing was stolen. 2 were stolen, but they were given back. One reason is this is a small computer on wheels. More and more products are electronically codified. That means if you steal it and you go somewhere to repair it, immediately you are detected who you are and who's the real owner. So the probability of it being stolen, it might be, as a provocative hypothesis, be even less than with normal bicycles. Could be. Next one, please. If you want to know more about it in the future, observe other EU projects. The most to recommend is the EU project ELMOS that has started at the end of 2011. They are making a big survey about rental stations in Europe with Pedelecs, and they are implementing 5 pilot projects. Next one, please. That's it. That's just the resources. Thank you. If there are